Hey there, welcome back to the channel. This is Hope on a Rope production. I'm the Virginia Creeper, and I want to talk to you about Sika hunting today. Sika deer, like this guy up here. I have some audio that I've recorded, some video. It's on my phone, so it's going to be wonky looking, but you're going to hear what the Sika sound like. A lot of people ask me, what are they like hunting? They're a lot like hunting elk. If you've never ever heard Sika deer, this is going to be a little bit of a treat for you. During the rut, the males get extremely vocal. They always do chirp a little bit. They don't sound like whitetails at all. They sound a little bit like an elk. The stags will bugle, grunt, growl, bark. The hinds mainly chirp and bark and chirp and whistle a little bit. So I'm going to have, I think, 2 or 3 clips that I'll let you see, and you'll get to hear what it sounds like when you're in the marsh during the stag rut. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, and let's go listen to that now. So those are some of the sounds that you'll hear from the stand when you're in the marsh. The stags get pretty crazy for a couple weeks, chasing the hinds all through the marsh. You'll hear them splashing and running and chasing and bugling and growling. I think when they spar off is really when they get to growling good. And I'll tell you, it can get the hair on the back of your neck standing up when you got one 30, 40 yards away. You can't see them in the frags, but they're going at it. It's pretty crazy. So anyway, that was pretty cool listening to that. And what I've got next for you is a hunt I did, and it's probably why I'll never shoot another spike again. The spike Sikas are probably the dumbest creatures God's ever put on this earth other than a chicken. What you're about to watch is a hunt that I had where I had shot a stag, early muzzleloader. He was chasing a hind. I shot him on the run. When I got down to track the stag, I heard something behind the stand, and I noticed a spike. Watched me climb down the ladder, watched me reload my gun, and ended up following me through the woods all the way to the recovery. Again, I think the spikes are the dumbest critters out there. I just can't bring myself to shoot them anymore. Now, with that being said, once that antler branches, they become extremely smart. A 6-point Sika is like trying to kill a 10-point whitetail. They just become extremely nocturnal. I call it streetwise. They just become really streetwise to human activity. So anyway, let's go watch this one where he gives us a little show, and it's pretty cool. I don't frown upon anybody shooting spikes. Go ahead and shoot them if you want. It's just a reason. I don't. I think they're pretty silly. So they're fun to watch. That's about it. Anyway, let's go watch that one.
I got this Sika. He keeps following me through the woods. Go and get. He won't leave me. I walk away and he's a little spiker. I was just in my stand there. I lowered on my stuff and he come over and got right under the stand. Now I'm walking. He wants to fight with me. I'm about to shoot him. Yeah. Thinks I'm another deer, I guess. A sparring session with me. Little Donnybrook. Yeah. He's watching my pack swing off my stand over there. He can't figure that out. Anyway, I had a stag come chasing a doe. About 8 o'clock this morning. Gave me one shot right down here. And come through this opening. I think I seen him fall, but I'm not sure. He was right in this area. There's some mud in this water here. I'm gonna say this is where they came through. And they ran this way. There's a deer. They're gonna follow me. Yeah. Take him home as a pet. Silly spikes. Yeah. Anyway, let's see if I can find some blood here. I don't see any blood. Oh, but I see the deer. I see him laying right over here. That was easy. Look at him. Crazy. Being stalked by a spike. Let's see what we got here. He's in the water. There he lays. Looks like he's got a decent set of hooks on him. He's all spotted up and pretty. He ain't that big. Looks like he's about a 70-pounder. Lay my gun down here. A little bit of blood. That was the probably easiest Sika tracking job I've ever done. Let's see what we got here. Oh yeah, little 5-pointer. Would have been a 6. He lost one there. Nice. That's a heck of a shot. That sucker was running. So, but I'm gonna keep an eye on that other one. Look at him. There he is right there. Look at him. That rascal. What are you doing? Huh? What are you trying to do to me? I'm gonna start bending over to skin this deer, gut this deer, and this rascal's gonna try and stick one in me. It's nuts. Alright. Go on, get. Get. See how close I can get to him. There we go. Yeah, he likes following me. He don't want me coming at him. Oh well. That's right. Well, let me go get my tag and put my tag on him. Look at this crazy deer. Silly little spikes. Anyway.
Okay, I hope you enjoyed that one. So what I next want to talk about is people always think when you hunt the marsh, you have to hunt from a stand. They love lugging in their climbers, their saddles, their ladder stands. A lot of the places you cannot leave a stand. That means you take it in, you have to carry it out when you're done hunting. You can't even leave it to go out for lunch. You have to bring it out and bring it in. It's got to be in your possession. With that being said, I found that the easiest way to hunt is just hunt from the ground. And a lot of people won't hunt from the ground. They think the deer will see you, will smell you, or they think you can't see enough. I'm telling you, a lot of the times when you hunt from the ground, you're going to see a lot more than if you were in a tree, especially in the marsh. Unless you're hunting in the frags, you do not need to be up in a tree. Now, if you're out in the big jungle, elephant grass, and you're lucky enough to find that one tree that's out there and you can get up in, then go for it. But if you're on the fringe of the frags, where the pines meet the frags, or the greenbrier meets the frags. By the way, greenbrier is one of the Sika's favorite foods. So find a nice big patch of greenbrier. It's so much easier to hunt on the ground. These deer will literally walk right up to you. I've had one of the clips I'm about to show you. You don't see it because I didn't have my phone running at the time. All these were filmed on my phone. But after I was woken up from a nap, a deer had literally come up and licked or sniffed my cheek and woke me up. And it bounced away 5 yards and then let me film it for a while. So again, they're not hard to hunt. You don't need to be packing in a tree stand if you don't need to. If you want to hunt from a tree stand, go ahead. I don't think it's necessary. Again, unless you're out and you're trying to see into those frags, then you got to get some elevation. But man, a lot of times you get in those short pines, those thicketed hollies, and underneath of that browse line, you can see 100 yards. You get up in a tree 20 feet, 15 feet, you really can't see but maybe 20 yards around you. So again, I'm going to show you a few clips here of deer interacting with me sitting on the ground, basically. A couple of them had been spooked because I was getting my phone out to film them, but you can see they just hang around. And you could tell by when a Sika gets spooked, instead of throwing a whitetail up, its entire rear end blows up white. And it'll stay that way for a while until it forgets about you or feels that you're not a threat, and then it just shrinks right back down. But kind of like an antelope if you've ever hunted pronghorn. So let's go watch a few of these and you'll see what I'm talking about, that you can hunt from the ground and do just as good. So let's go check some of those out. So let's talk a little bit now about some of the things you may want and need if you're planning your first ever Sika hunt. Number one, you're going to want a good pair of hip boots, something that can withstand walking over blowdowns, walking through greenbrier, many trips in and out of the marsh. Get yourself a good pair of boots. I got a lot of friends that like those Dans, which they seem good, but they don't last very long. I got a good pair of Lacrosse that I've probably been using for 10 years. And again, they don't make boots the way they used to. So it seems like they're using cheaper and cheaper rubber. The vulcanization isn't as good as it used to be. But get yourself a good pair of boots. And again, sometimes hip boots aren't even enough. Their territory that they like to live in, their environment is wet. And you're going to fall down. You're going to get wet. If you're hunting Sikas, you hunt them long enough, there's going to be a day when you come out of the marsh and, you basically went up to your neck in the water. So always, second thing you need is have a change of clothes in the truck. You come out of the woods around Halloween at nighttime and, it could be in the 30s. It's going to be cold on you. So bring yourself a pair of change of clothes. But main thing, get yourself a good pair of boots. Walking stick. I know a lot of people don't use them. I don't go through the woods and the marsh and the swamp without a walking stick. Number one, it just helps you keep your balance. Number two, you'll be coming across ditches, old tax ditches, places where a tree had blown over 20 years ago, and now that root ball's gone. It's dissolved. The tree's been eaten away by the marsh, but that root hole is still there. It might be 4 feet deep. You're walking along in your boots up to your knees, and you're not checking those holes, and all of a sudden you're up to your neck in water. It's happened to me. It happened to pretty much every Sika hunter I know. Probably the most important thing you're going to want to have, and that's a thermocell. You want to take a thermocell, and if you don't know what they are, just Google them. You'll find them. You want to take one in with you every time. I take two. I've had it where one just won't work. There's the bugs are just so bad where you got to fire two of them up. So it's always good to have a backup. One is none, two is one. So get yourself a couple thermocells, and you're going to need that for sure. Next thing you're going to want to have is some ribbon. Not necessarily to mark your way in. Everybody's got Onyx or Hunt Stand or things like that they use. But if you lucky enough to hit an animal, you're going to want to track that animal. And if that animal leads you into the frags, you can get turned around in there and never find your way out. Roll a ribbon, orange ribbon, green ribbon, whatever color you want, and then mark that trail as you're going in. A lot of times you'll shoot these deer. They're in the water, so you won't find blood. You have to look up high. You're going to look up on the frags, and that might be the only place you see the blood, because there's not going to be any on the ground. It's going to be up here on the frag itself. So you're going to want to mark that, but you also want to mark how that you get out of there. It's flat. Everything's flat. There's no topography. Every tree looks the same. Every bush, every Merkle bush looks the same. So that ribbon will save your life. Flashlights. Have yourself a headlamp, and also have yourself a little backup light. Keep that in your pack. That's pretty much all you need, other than everything else that you hunt with. But those things you're going to need to hunt Sikas with. Some years, and it's kind of weird, we'll be going through a drought during the summer, and then right before hunting season, we'll have a tropical storm come up, or something will drop a bunch of rain, and man, them mosquitoes will hatch out in 3 or 4 days after that. And there's so many down there you can't even breathe through them. A lot of guys like to get the bug tamer gloves and the bug tamer hat. I got a full-on bug tamer jacket, and I've only needed it a few times. But most of the time the thermocells will work, but when they're really thick, you're going to want to get yourself a bug tamer. It's kind of like bear hunting in the spring up in Maine, except it's mosquitoes and not those black flies. So those are just a few things that you're going to want to get. So I hope you found this video entertaining. If nothing else, maybe a little bit informative. But if you liked it, please like, subscribe, tell your friends. I'm going to try and make a video once a week, so I have a lot more coming up. And again, I hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you out there in the Sika woods, in the marsh as we call it, or Sikaville. It's very addictive. I know if you go one time, you're going to be hooked for life. Let's do some Sika hunting.